Let's get real. No country can grow without peace. It's the invisible force that holds everything together, the quiet foundation beneath every success story. When a nation is at peace, it's like fertile soil, ready for seeds of progress to take root and flourish. Imagine trying to build a house on ground that's constantly shaking. That's what political unrest and war do. They make progress impossible. Every plan, every dream, is at risk of collapsing before it even begins. The uncertainty seeps into every corner of life, making it hard to look ahead with hope. Peace is the solid ground. With it, kids go to school, businesses thrive, and farmers plant crops without fear. Communities can focus on building a better tomorrow, not just surviving today. It's the difference between living and merely existing. Growth isn't just about numbers, it's about clean water, working hospitals, and safe roads. It's about families having access to the basics, and communities being able to dream bigger. Investors, local or foreign, need stability. Without it, no one wants to risk their money. Businesses can't plan for the future, and jobs disappear. The economy grinds to a halt, and opportunities vanish. When conflict erupts, resources shift from building schools to buying weapons. Money that could have built futures is spent on survival instead. The government's priorities become survival, not progress. Leaders are forced to focus on immediate threats, not long-term development. Every bullet fired is a missed opportunity, a school not built, a child not educated. The cost of conflict is measured in lost futures and broken dreams. Instability doesn't just pause progress, it throws it in reverse. Years of hard work can be wiped out in days, leaving communities to start over again and again. Stability isn't optional, it's the foundation for everything else. Without it, nothing can last, and nothing can truly grow. Without it, countries are stuck in a cycle of rebuilding what was just destroyed. Progress is always one step forward, 2 steps back. It's like running on a treadmill, lots of effort, no forward movement. People work hard, but the finish line never gets any closer. For many African nations, instability is that treadmill, holding back their true potential. The dreams of millions are put on hold, waiting for a chance to move forward. Before we dive into examples, remember, peace isn't a luxury. It's the starting line for growth, the first step toward a brighter future for everyone. Without peace, the future is always out of reach. Only with stability can nations unlock their true promise and give every child a real shot at tomorrow. Take Mozambique's 2024 elections as a stark example of how fragile democracy can be. What should have been a celebration of democracy quickly spiraled into chaos and uncertainty. The opposition cried foul, accusing the ruling party of rigging the vote. Protests erupted across cities, and violence soon followed, shaking the nation to its core. For ordinary people, daily life ground to a halt. Fear and confusion replaced the usual rhythms of the city. Shops closed their doors, roads were blocked by makeshift barricades, and businesses shuttered indefinitely. The Lubombo border post, a vital trade lifeline for Mozambique and its neighbors, shut down, stalling the entire economy and cutting off essential supplies. This isn't just a political crisis, it's livelihoods lost overnight. Workers were sent home, markets emptied, and families faced sudden uncertainty. Over 100 people lost their lives in the violence, leaving families shattered, and communities in mourning. Security forces clashed with protesters, and even neighbors turned on each other. The social fabric that held communities together began to unravel. Fear and mistrust lingered long after the protests ended, casting a shadow over daily life. Schools closed, hospitals struggled to cope, and basic services broke down, leaving the most vulnerable at risk. The city's normal life vanished, replaced by a daily struggle for survival. People adapted to new hardships, hoping for stability to return. Political fights at the top poisoned daily life for everyone, fueling anger and deepening divisions. Mozambique's dream of growth and progress was put on hold, replaced by uncertainty and chaos. The country stood at a crossroads: recover and rebuild trust, or risk spiraling into deeper conflict and instability. Elections should be a foundation for stability, a moment of hope and unity, not a trigger for destruction. When democracy becomes a trigger for violence, everyone pays the price. No one is left untouched. The lesson is clear. Without trust in the system, progress halts and hope fades. Instability at the top trickles down, stalling growth everywhere and leaving entire communities in limbo. The cost isn't just political, it's human, economic and generational, affecting every Mozambican family. Mozambique's story is a warning for the whole continent. Democracy must be protected, or its collapse will be felt by all. Instability doesn't stay put. Mozambique's crisis quickly became Eswatini's problem. Eswatini relies on Mozambique's Maputo port for its sugar exports. When protests shut down the port, Eswatini's economy took a hit. Rerouting exports to South Africa meant higher costs, lost jobs, and less competitive products. One country's chaos jammed up the whole region's trade. The Southern African Development Community suddenly had to manage a crisis that threatened everyone's progress. Regional economies are intertwined. One political earthquake can shake the whole neighborhood. That's why experts push for stronger regional cooperation and conflict management. It's not about interfering, it's about protecting shared interests. When one country falters, the whole region risks falling behind. Stability is a team effort. Africa's growth depends on mutual accountability and quick action when trouble starts. Conflict isn't just a rural problem. When violence erupts in the heart of a nation, the consequences are far-reaching and deeply unsettling. When war hits the capital, the impact is devastating. The city's very core, its government, economy, and daily life, comes under threat. In Mali, September 2024, fighters stormed Bamako's airport and military school, seizing the country's main gateway. The world watched as chaos unfolded at the nation's front door. The attack killed 90 people and paralyzed the city. Streets emptied, and fear spread faster than the news itself. It sent a message: nowhere is safe, and investors should stay away. The city's reputation as a safe haven was shattered overnight. The psychological blow to citizens is immense. Home becomes a war zone. Families huddle in fear, uncertain if safety will ever return. In Sudan, Khartoum became a battleground. The city's familiar streets turned into front lines almost overnight. Ceasefire talks failed, and the city endured airstrikes and shelling. The sound of explosions replaced the usual city bustle. Urban warfare destroyed markets, hospitals, and homes. Essential services collapsed, leaving people desperate for help. Millions were trapped, running out of food and water, or forced to flee. Families were separated, and survival became a daily struggle. With no functioning government, chaos reigned. Law and order vanished, replaced by fear and uncertainty. Decades of development erased in weeks. Schools, offices, and dreams left in ruins. When capitals fall into conflict, the entire nation grinds to a halt. The ripple effects are felt in every corner of the country. Growth doesn't just stall, it reverses. Years of progress can vanish in a matter of days. Power struggles between factions hold millions hostage. Ordinary people are caught in the crossfire, unable to escape. Urban conflict is a catastrophe for progress. The road to recovery is long and uncertain. The lesson, peace in the capital, is essential for national stability. Only then can hope and prosperity return. Schools are the heart of a nation's future. When violence targets them, it's an attack on hope itself. In Kenya, September 2024, over 50 cases of school arson and riots rocked the country. The worst, a fire at Hillside Endarasha Academy killed 21 students. 18 counties were affected. Trauma spread far beyond the burned buildings. Students, teachers, and parents lost their sense of safety. Every closed school is lost potential. Future doctors, engineers, and leaders sidelined by fear. Attacking education cripples a country's workforce before it even begins. It's a self-destructive act that undermines growth at its roots. Rebuilding isn't just about bricks, it's about restoring trust and hope. When schools burn, so do dreams. The cost of violence against education is generational. Not all conflict makes headlines. In Madagascar, rural banditry by armed cattle rustlers wreaks havoc. September 2024 was the most violent month yet, with clashes between state forces and armies. In one attack, 400 armed bandits raided a village, killing, burning, and looting. For rural families, farming becomes a gamble. Why invest if everything can be stolen overnight? Insecurity forces people to flee, abandoning their land and livelihoods. The government spends on military operations instead of roads or clinics. Lawlessness erodes trust in the state and traps communities in poverty. Growth isn't just about cities, it's about safety for every farmer. When rural areas are unsafe, the whole economy suffers. This hidden war quietly stalls progress, far from the cameras. Security in the countryside is as vital as peace in the capital. Behind every conflict are real people whose lives are upended. A girl in Khartoum dreams of being a doctor, but war destroys her school and her future. A Mozambican father loses his business overnight when violence blocks the roads. A Kenyan teacher watches his school burn, losing both his job and his students. A Malagasy family flees after bandits steal everything they own. These aren't just stories, they're the reality of failed governance and conflict. Growth stalls when people are forced to focus on survival, not progress. The true cost of unrest is measured in lost dreams and broken lives. No African nation stands alone. Instability in one country quickly spreads to its neighbors. Mozambique's crisis hurt Eswatini's trade, but the ripple effect goes further. Refugees, weapons, and insecurity cross borders. Wars in Sudan send thousands fleeing into Chad and Egypt. Straining already fragile systems, conflict zones become breeding grounds for regional crime and extremism. A fire in one country can ignite the whole region. That's why regional solutions are essential. No one can fix this alone. The stability of the neighborhood depends on every house being safe. Africa's future relies on collective action against instability. The challenges are huge, but Africa's future isn't doomed. Experts and citizens agree. Growth depends on peace, cooperation, and accountability. Regional bodies like the African Union must have real power to intervene early and hold leaders accountable. The focus must shift from short-term fixes to long-term solutions. Justice, good governance, and opportunity. Peace isn't just the absence of war, it's the presence of hope and fairness. Africa's youth and resilience are unmatched, but their potential needs stability to flourish. Ending unrest is an economic and social necessity. The choice is clear: chaos and stagnation, or unity and growth. The work is hard, but the reward is a prosperous, peaceful future. Africa's story isn't finished. The next chapter depends on building peace together.